The team's probably not. It's gone okay. They lost their first 2 games, which put them behind the 8 ball somewhat. You know, it's always good to get that first win in the tournament. But they've had to fight their way back, and they've made it into the quarterfinals, which has been good. They beat the teams that they should have, I suppose, and a nice win against Russia, just to confirm it all.
What time?
Look, it's going to be difficult. You know, it's coming into the business end of the tournament, so you know it's very hard to get 12 players in the game. You know, in 40 minutes. So you know, he knew his role coming in. He was going to be coming in at sort of either the dying end in the stages of the game if they were up, or if they needed some quick threes or something like that. So you know, he's under no illusion that he's going to be playing 20 minutes a game. I think they've finally made some outside shots, and that's been something that has been missing. And whether it's because they're playing against the lesser teams in Great Britain and China, whether those because they're probably not as well drilled or just not the same quality, they've been able to get those open looks and knock them down, which has helped their confidence. But they certainly weren't getting as many against the better teams. Of course, I'd love to see them win. You know, it's going to be very difficult, of course, but you know, if they can hold their own and match them in the physicality, just look after the ball and not give the Americans too many easy baskets, it's certainly going to help their cause. I think they're just going to look after the ball, you know, try and match it physically in the paint. The US don't have too many legitimate big guys. They've got a lot of in-betweeners. So maybe our big guys can sort of do some damage inside a little bit. They've got fantastic guards, of course, and small forwards. So if we can look after the ball and not give them too many easy points, perhaps crash the offensive boards and try and get some easy points ourselves that way, we might be able to compete a little bit easily. It's been pretty good. You know, they've been forcing turnovers. They've been rotating well, and you know, they might be giving up a few too many offensive rebounds against the better teams, and probably turning over the ball too much, which has been to their detriment. But defensively, they've been their defense at times has kept them in games. And you know, they've got guys who are there that are accepting their role, like Matt Nielsen, who's just come in there and been a pest, and Mark Worthington, just happy to play defence and get the job done there. So that's been good to see. I think obviously Paddy Mills has been very good. Ingles has been really consistent, probably the most consistent player. The numbers don't match Paddy Mills, but I think they're consistently there. And then David Anderson has come on in the last few games and been pretty consistent with his scoring, especially over the last 3 games. So they're probably the 3 best. You know, Marich is hopefully starting to find his feet again. You know, Baines has been a standout. He's been sort of the surprise packet for the Boomers, and then and Dellavedova, again another surprise. So those 2 have been the surprises, I think, of the tournament. And you know, Dellavedova is certainly doing his international career. Prospects no harm at all. Yeah, Ingles he lulls you into a false sense of security with the way he plays. You know, he looks sort of very casual and loosey-goosey, but then he can turn on the jets and get around a guy pretty quickly, and he's got a better handle than a lot of defenders give him credit for. So you know, he's got the height to mix it once you get in the paint to get a shot off. But he's also got the 3-ball and decent handles in the open court. Look, I think the girls have, they're starting to roll, and I think they've got the ability to win gold. But a silver medal for them again is no shame, but I think they'll be thereabouts. I didn't see it myself. I didn't see it live. I didn't see it at the time, but I've seen a couple of replays, and it's great for the game. All that sort of exposure for us, especially in Australia, is fantastic. And unfortunately, we're probably not going to see much of her playing in the local competition, but it's about her doing that in the green and gold. So good exposure for our leagues and good exposure for our girls.